My name is John Anns. I'm the curator and facilitator for the Ashtonwood House Concert Series. And this morning, we're going to be speaking with Lauren Henderson and Sullivan Fortner, our two featured performers for our upcoming concert on April 1st. And we can't wait to speak to them, and we really can't wait to have them here. So we will bring them on to join us.
Hello.
Lauren, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. And I think we've got Sullivan joining us as well.
Great.
Hello.
Hello, Sullivan.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. So we should just make sure that people are aware. Now, Lauren, you are where right now?
I am in New Jersey right now.
You're in New Jersey right now. But Sullivan, you are not in New Jersey or anywhere close to New Jersey, correct?
I am in Vienna, Austria right now.
Well, through the miracle of technology, we are thrilled to have you, and we'll get through this. But so tell us, what are you doing in Vienna?
I am playing. I'm in the middle of a tour with Cecile McLaurin-Salvant. We're playing in about 3 hours. We have a sound check in 3 hours.
Don't worry. You'll be there in time. We will
Okay.
hold you up.
Nah,
I don't want to
fine.
make you late.
No, you're fine.
Great.
It'll be fine.
And Lauren, you're about to go, right?
That's right. I'm leaving in about 2.5 weeks. So getting ready to head on tour after a long pause. The last time I was in Europe was in November. So it's been quite some time.
Wow. So just before we get to Ashtonwood, how are things out there? You know, Sullivan, you've obviously been touring and you're in Europe now. What's the vibe like? Is it sort of normal, or is it completely normal?
We started our tour in Stockholm, and right before we came here to Vienna, we were in Oslo. And I mean, no one was wearing masks. Like literally, I was the only one in the whole venue that was wearing a mask, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. It's like,
Okay, all right.
You know, so I guess COVID's over in some areas of Europe, but in Vienna, people are kind of getting a little bit more loose, even though they're still asking for vaccine cards, and some people are wearing masks, but it's not really a mandatory. Everything's been lifted, I think, for the most part.
Okay, and so while it looks like normal, and do you feel comfortable over there though?
I feel fine.
Okay.
I feel fine. I mean, I'm wearing my mask, so I'm fine.
All right. And Lauren, you've been gigging a little bit in New York, and you're getting ready to go. How do you feel about how things are coming along?
You know, I have the same sentiments to Sullivan. I think that every venue has been treating things completely differently. And so it's just taught me to be more flexible and protect myself and those around me however I see fit.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to just be ready for anything at any point. I remember being in Europe and going from country to country, and everybody's different and requiring different things of each of us. So I hope that everyone can stay safe and be comfortable and healthy and protect all of those around us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, again, we're not completely out of the woods, but obviously we've made a lot of progress, and especially in regard to gigs and musicians and figuring out a way to get people playing it again and getting people listening. So that's a perfect segue. Unbelievably, one of the first things you're going to do when you get back from Europe, Sullivan, and one of the first things you're going to do before you go to Europe, Lauren, is somehow you're going to make a trip to South Hadley, Massachusetts. What's up with that?
We can't wait. We're happy to return. I have very fond memories of our first visit to South Hadley. And of course, I am from Massachusetts as well, so it'll be nice to go home. And who better to go home with than Sullivan?
We are. Well, no one is more thrilled. No one is more thrilled than we are, obviously. And yes, I think back to that day, the first time probably either one of you was in South Hadley, at least to perform, was back in, I don't know, 2016 at the library gig.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you were each up different, for different things. Sullivan, you were up a couple of years after that for the gig we did with Roberta, and Lauren, you were up when you played up here at the church with Alex.
Yes, right.
So, again, not big concert venues, not well entrenched jazz clubs, but a couple of sort of different style venues up here. And this one, while technically you two have been to my house, when you were, we didn't have this series going yet. And so now you're going to play a house concert. Do you like these sort of different venues versus the, big lines out the door, lots of glasses and plates making noise, or, what?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm sorry, Lauren, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's fine.
I honestly prefer the smaller, more intimate venues. I like to reach out and touch people. If it's, I don't, there are a lot of times for me where I feel like the stage kind of can create a barrier between the musician and the audience.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so there's the audience looking up to the people that's playing, you know what I mean? Like it's down on the lower level, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
As opposed to like smaller venues where you can actually see the audience and they're like maybe 2 or 3 feet away from where the musicians are playing, and then you can actually look out and talk to them. And
then you're coming to the right place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lauren, you were going to say?
I'm on the same page as Sullivan. I appreciate all of the venues for what they offer, but something so special about being in an intimate setting, and especially after the pandemic with so much time away from people, I've really appreciated these unique gigs that are keeping us afloat in ways that we weren't traditionally depending on these smaller venues and organizations that are putting great concerts together. And I really love it. It's easier for me personally to be in the moment and really enjoy the music, because I'm still adjusting in performance to all that's going around after being in isolation. So I do feel the difference with that intimate setting and connecting on stage, and then seeing someone right in front of you who's there enjoying the moment, hopefully as well.
Yeah. Well, again, so this Ashtonwood this is what this will be about. This will be, just so you know, we've made progress, but this will be the first performance and concert back inside the house.
Wow.
So with people in it. So for the last year, we when weather was good, we did a couple of Ashtonwoods out on our deck. So last July, Champion and Nick Hempton were here playing from the deck to a lawn. It was sort of like a summer, picnic sort of a gig.
That's cool.
But we thought the time was right, and we are limiting the audience significantly. We're asking people to be vaxxed and boosted, and at least wear masks, during the performance. But it was time, and so this is our first opportunity back inside at the piano in the living room. But I think we feel really safe and comfortable given who we know is coming, and can't wait to have you guys there. So for the night, without giving too much away, what sort of stuff can we expect to hear?
Well, Sullivan and I both have a love for improvisation. So I think we are still determining that. And the great thing about performing with Sullivan is that he's on basically any recording that I've done, and that includes a lot of our repertoire. So you'll hear probably songs from our most recent release, Musa.
Yeah.
And really whatever Maestro would like to play.
No. No, I mean, yeah, I think this one would be, it'll be sort of a little reunion with me and Lauren. I haven't played with her. I haven't really done a live gig with her since, oh Lord, Lauren, since before the pandemic, right?
Right.
Maybe,
It's been
you know,
a while.
like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So this would be like the first time that Lauren and I have done a gig together in like about 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Well, we are honored to be able to do that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we're excited. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah,
So-
most other times it's just studio work. So
yeah. Well, and actually, I've seen, and you've done some of that. I mean, I've seen it. You've obviously cut some videos in the studio during the pandemic. It appeared.
Right. I did some live performance video, but in front of a live audience, no. So this is wonderful.
Well, yeah, we will be very live. And we'll also, as we started doing during the pandemic, we will also be live streaming it. So again, it'll be a very small, private, in-person audience. But hopefully, you know, the audience that gets to appreciate and entertained by the evening will be expansive.
Okay.
So we can't wait. So Sullivan, when do you get back?
March 28th.
That's almost just in time. Good.
Just in time. That's the time. That's just in
And
time.
Lauren, when do you leave?
I leave on April 5th.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we are literally just getting both of you in here before. And how long are you gone in Europe?
I am going just for 1 week, and then I go back again in May.
Okay.
For most of May.
Okay.
And
Great.
then I go back again in June, and so on.
Yeah. Well, that is wonderful. You know, I
Lauren's
will
getting ready to move to Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I'm looking for a place. Can you check out some apartments for me?
Right. Yeah.
We'll get a report at the concert. Well, look, I'm going to let you guys go. I know, Sullivan, you've got a gig tonight, and Lauren, you still got a couple things probably in and around the city between now and then too, right?
Yes, I do. I have a few recording sessions and other shows, so I'm looking
Awesome.
forward to that and in preparation for Ashtonwood.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, just to remind people, Ashtonwood is Friday, April 1st. No fooling. See what I did there? And it is 6:30. The show goes on at 6:30 sharp. The live stream will start at 6:30. And I speak for everybody up here in the area and everyone who's going to be there that night that we just cannot wait to see you guys both here.
Thank you for having me back.
So much.
All right, enjoy, safe travels, and we will see you soon.
See you
Yes, sir.
soon.
See you soon. Looking forward to it.
See ya.
See ya.